Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back to episode number 21 of Pariprashna podcast. So, in the previous episode, dear devotees, we had tried and discussed the 6 questions posed by the sages, the Saunakadi Rishis, to Suta Goswami in the sacred assembly of Naimisharanya. And today we will try and cover chapters 2 and 3 of Canto 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Suta Goswami is reciprocate to the questions asked by Shaunakadi Rishis. So let us find out what are these 6 profound answers by way of inquiring from His Grace Kamala Lochan Prabhu. So Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
So Prabhu, before actually entering into chapter number 2, I have a couple of questions that are raised by our wonderful devotees, Rasananda Priya Prabhu and Akinchana Rani Mataji. So, if you're okay with it, let's first take those questions and then we will enter chapter 2, Prabhu.
Yes, definitely. We should take these questions and
Okay.
just encourage others to also ask questions because it's Pariprashna. And if many prashnas are there, Pariprashna's flavor will be more exciting. When
Absolutely.
you're asking questions, if you're asking questions as representative of many questioners, the flavor of this podcast will be more exciting.
Yes, Prabhu, totally agree. So, Prabhu, here are the questions. So, Prabhu is asking many corporate working professionals, Vaishnavas practicing Krishna consciousness, they want to know how to study complete Srimad Bhagavatam and make good notes for preaching. And how much time does it take to study the whole Bhagavatam? And what are the best ways to study complete Srimad Bhagavatam?
So his question, Rasantru's question, has this word complete, complete, complete many times. Bhagavatam is complete in itself, which cannot be completed.
Mhm.
If we are trying to complete Bhagavatam, that is a wrong attitude to Bhagavatam itself because Bhagavatam is complete at the same time unlimited. It is complete because it is describing the absolute truth, and it is absolute truth. At the same time, being absolute truth, Bhagavatam being absolute truth is unlimited. Some unlimited cannot be complete. So the idea is not to complete, but to serve Srimad Bhagavatam.
Mm.
That is why when we start the Bhagavatam, we chant this beautiful verse which says the Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtakim. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya means we are here to serve Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, when it comes to making notes and preaching, that is also service to the Bhakta Bhagavata called Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada wanted each one of us to study Bhagavatam and then teach Bhagavatam, preach Bhagavatam. So, when you are studying Bhagavatam, you're actually not studying Bhagavatam, rather, you are serving Srimad Bhagavatam.
Mm.
So, when you are making notes so that you can preach Bhagavatam, you can talk about Bhagavatam, you are serving the Bhakta Bhagavata. So, if you keep this idea of serving, then we are actually learning Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam teaches us to be servant and teaches us how to serve. The mood is to study Bhagavatam and teach Bhagavatam in the mood of serving the Bhagavata, Bhakta Bhagavata. And the very study of Bhagavatam itself is to serve.
Mhm.
And now, when it comes to corporate professional, this formula is for everyone, whether it's in corporate or whether it's in some agriculture, whether it's housewife, whether it's student. Because the Bhagavatam doesn't see who you are, which status of life you're in. It
Mm.
sees how much Shraddha you have. That's all.
Mm.
Now, when it comes to time limit, the time limit is actually infinite. The soul's nature is to drown in Bhagavatam, to relish Bhagavatam. And the soul is eternal. So this is what we are supposed to do. And if you see some time limit, we are actually having a materialistic ideology our view of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is why Nityam Nita Uttama Shloka Vartaya. The only perspective of the time is to completely drown ourselves for eternity in Srimad Bhagavatam.
Wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So thank you very much, Rasananda Priya Prabhu and Akinchana Rani Mataji, for your questions. Hope that satisfies you. If you have any further questions, and also everybody who is watching, like Kamala Lochan Prabhu, encourage any questions that you have, please feel free to ask us. You can either post it in the comment section, or the best way would be there is a link in the description for our exclusive WhatsApp group. You can join there, so that way you can directly communicate with us and post all your questions. So let's move further. So, Prabhu, chapter number 2, titled Divinity and Divine Service. So it starts with Vyasa Maharshi speaking. Vyasa uvacha iti samprashna samhrishto vipranam raumaharshanihi pratipujya vachastesham pravaktum upachakrame. Ugrashrava Suta Goswami, the son of Romaharshana, being fully satisfied by the perfect questions of the Brahmanas, thanked them and thus attempted to reply. So, Prabhu, it's the natural etiquette that the questioner, inquirer, or the listeners, they glorify the speaker, thank the speaker, we know. But here, how come the speaker, Suta Goswami, he is thanking for the questions? And also, second is, why is he so delighted? He's saying, Samhrishtaha, I am perfectly satisfied. What is the cause of his delight?
The cause of the delight is that he got an opportunity to speak about Krishna.
Hmm.
When a speaker gets an opportunity to speak about Krishna, naturally is delighted because he is getting the greatest opportunity, greatest blessing. Because there are three kinds of people who are connected to Krishna Katha. One, those who hear about Krishna. One, those who are inquiring about Krishna. The other one is about those who speak about Krishna. Among all the three, the opportunity to get purified is maximum for the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam. And this mood is not only experienced by Suta Goswami, but also his guru, Sukadeva Goswami. In the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj asks questions. Umsan teen treen punatihi. Three kinds of people are purified. One is Shrotrim, one who is hearing, one who is inquiring, Prachakam, other is Vaktaram. And then Sukadeva Goswami says, Parikshit Maharaj, that thank you very much. I'm so happy that you gave me the opportunity to be purified the most. Though other two get purified. The person who's hearing is purified because he's engaging his senses of hearing, the hearing capacity, his ears in Krishna service. Number two, one who is inquiring, he is not only engaging his ears in Krishna service, but also he is using his intelligence in Krishna service, mind in Krishna service. But when he is speaking, he is hearing, he is using intelligence as well as speaking. That is why Yat Pada Sarilam Yatha. The Ganga purifies three worlds, and also Pada Sarilam Yatha, Charanamrit. One who takes Charanamrit, drinks it, he gets purified, puts on the head, he gets purified. And one who does both also gets purified. The one who does both gets purified the most because of his engrossment in engaging the senses in the service of Bhagavatam.
Beautiful. So for the very first time now, Suta Goswami is speaking, and so I'll quote shlokas 2 and 3, and then we will spend a little bit time on this. Suta uvacha yam pravrajantam anupetam krityam dvaipayano virahakatara ajuhava putreti tanmayataya taravo bhinedus tam sarva bhuta hridayam munimanatosmi. Srila Suta Goswami said, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto that great sage, Sukadeva Goswami, who can enter the hearts of all. When he went away to take up the renounced order of life sannyasa, leaving home without undergoing reformation by the sacred thread or the ceremonies observed by the higher castes, his father Vyasadeva, fearing separation from him, cried out, O my son, indeed, only the trees which were absorbed in the same feelings of separation echoed in response to the begrieved father. So I'll quote the next sloka also in glorification of Sukadeva Goswami. Yasvanubhavam akila shruti saramekam adhyatmadipam atititirshatam tamondham samsarinam karunayah purana guhyam Tam Vyasasunum upayami gurum muninam. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him, Shuka, the spiritual master of all sages, the son of Vyasadeva, who, out of his great compassion for those gross materialists who struggle to cross over the darkest regions of material existence, spoke this most confidential supplement to the cream of Vedic knowledge after having personally assimilated it by experience. So, Prabhu, in the previous episode, when you were describing to us how even people with Matsara, not just Nirmatsaranam Satam, even people who are envious can also have entry into this most wonderful Bhagavatam by the mercy of Sukadeva Goswami. So that is being emphasized by Suta Goswami here also out of his great compassion. But however, in the second shloka, so how is it possible that Suta Goswami is saying Sukadeva Goswami is somebody who can enter into everybody's hearts? So that is one thing, Prabhu. And the next thing, Vyasadeva is experiencing separation because his son is renouncing. That is understandable as a father. But how come the trees are also absorbed in the same feelings of separation?
Tam sarvabhuta hridayam munimanatosmi. So now, Sukadeva Goswami is not an ordinary personality of God, ordinary person. He is self-realized soul. So he can enter everybody's heart, especially Suta Goswami is saying that I want to speak Bhagavatam, and the only way I can speak Bhagavatam is when Sukadeva Goswami enters into my heart, enters into my mind. So he is a great yogi, so I definitely can enter into my heart so that I can speak Bhagavatam. And also he should enter into all those people's heart who are hearing Bhagavatam so that he can explain Bhagavatam to them. So it is not that I speak and they understand. I am speaking because of Sukadeva Goswami. They are understanding. They are not understanding their relation because of Sukadeva Goswami. So I am just only a nimitta. This is how a speaker of Bhagavatam expresses his humility. So he says, let Sukadeva Goswami enter my heart and speak Bhagavatam through my mouth. And also let the dull trees, he can enter into those dull trees and then he can pacify his father by echoing his heart. In this way, Bhagavatam is going to please all kinds of people. Those who are inquiring, those who are dull like trees. So Bhagavatam is narrated only by Sukadeva Goswami. Bhagavatam is makes you relish. Bhagavatam is relished by a person because of Sukadeva Goswami. So a person may be anybody, but still it is Sukadeva Goswami everywhere.
Okay. And what is the significance of all the people? He's not offering obeisances to Krishna or no other, but only Sukadeva Goswami. Why him?
He is offering obeisances to Sukadeva Goswami. By offering obeisances to Sukadeva Goswami, he is offering obeisances to Krishna, who is in the form of Bhagavatam. So these two verses, they are Mangalacharan. Mangalacharan has got three subject matters. Number one is Namaskara. Number two is Ashirvada. Number three is Vastu Nirdesha. So all the three are done here. Namaskara, he paid obeisance to Sukadeva Goswami. And he's asking Sukadeva Goswami to be in his heart. That is why he's seeking blessings. Number three, Vastu Nirdesha, the subject matter is Bhagavatam. That is why these two verses actually talk about the perfect Mangalacharan.
Okay. So, Prabhu, going forward, he's also offering his obeisances to few others. Let's see what they are. And also, this happens to be one of the famous shlokas which we chant before the Bhagavatam class. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Nara Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. So, why is he offering obeisances to Nara Narayana Rishi, Mother Saraswati, along with Krishna and Vyasadeva?
Because when Vyasa was writing Srimad Bhagavatam, he is writing Srimad Bhagavatam on the bank of river Saraswati. So it is a tradition that we offer obeisances to the Shakti. The Shakti is Saraswati. And the Deva is Naranarayan Rishi because they are the people who are doing tapasya there. Naranarayan Rishi is Kshetra. And also we pay the obeisances to Narayana who is Badari Vishal. So Narayanam means Badari Vishal. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam refers to Naranarayana Rishi. Devim Saraswatim, Saraswati Devi. Of course, when Deva has not been used for Narayana in these words, how can Devi be used for Saraswati? That means Devi refers to Srimati Radharani.
Oh.
It is secretly spoken that Devi refers to Srimati Radharani. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam. Then who is the author? Vyasa. Rishi is Vyasa. And Devin Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. One should utter the word Jaya after paying obeisances to these personalities. Why one should chant the word Jaya by raising hands? Jai Shri Krishna. Why we should do that? Because by saying Jaya, what happens is we conquer the samsara. By speaking Bhagavatam, we conquer samsara. By glorifying Bhagavatam, glorifying the sages, glorifying the Supreme Lord, we conquer the three modes of nature. So, Tataha Jayam Udirayet. The speaker should say Jai. That is called Jaya Dwani. When you say Jaya Dwani, means by saying Jai, it is not that by I saying Jaya or we saying Jaya, the person who we are saying Jai, he is glorified. No, we are conquering the modes of nature. It is not that my Jai is going to add to somebody's glory. My Jai is going to add to my glory. That is, I am going to conquer. Of course, Om is already described. Om is Bija, and Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And then Dhimahi is it refers to Gayatri Chanda. So Bhagavatam, any verse, any book like Vishnu Sahasranam, you have Bhagavan Vedavyaso Rishihi, Anushtup Chandaha. Like that you have every mantra. There is Kilaka, there is Chanda, there is Rishi, Bija. All these things are described. That is a tradition. So here also the Devata, the Shakti, Rishi, Chanda, all have been described.
Very nice, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, in this context, the very first question in the previous chapter asked by the sages was, what is the absolute and ultimate good for people in general? So, how is that question being answered here?
मुनयः साधुपृष्टोऽहं भवद्भिर्लोकमङ्गलम् यत्कृतः कृष्णसम्प्रश्नो येनात्मा स्प्रसीदति. So the sages of Naimisharanya, when they asked these questions, Suta Goswami became so happy that, oh, your first question was Yat Shreyaha, what is beneficial for everyone? Let alone the answer. Your questions itself are beneficial to everyone because your questions are connected to Krishna. Yat Kritaha Krishna Samprashnaha. Since you ask questions about Krishna, that is going to be auspicious to everyone. Now, how can you say these questions are connected to Krishna? Because these questions are not ordinary questions. They are samprashnaha. They are prashna, sam. Sam means samyak. That means Supreme Lord. And that is a thing which is going to be auspicious for everyone. That is Shreya for everyone. Not only it's Shreya for everyone, the answers which I am going to give are going to be satisfactory to everybody's intellect.
Fantastic. So, Prabhu, moving forward, so the second question asked was, explain the essence of all scriptures for the good of all living beings. So now we will get into the answer for that. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. The supreme occupation, dharma, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. So could you please take us through this shloka, Prabhu?
So the second question asked was Purini Puri Karvani Shrotavyani Bhagasha Tasadyatrasaram Samudrita Manishya Puripudra Bhutanam Inatma Suprasidati. Enatma Suprasidati, by which one's Atma, the soul, is satisfied. That is the question. The answer is very simple. Savai Pumsan Paro Dharmo. We don't have to be a Sanskrit scholar to understand this word. Savai Pumsan Paro Dharmo. There are so many kinds of dharmas, but the topmost dharma, paro dharma, transcendental dharma, the dharma of the soul is yato bhakti adhokshaje. That is adhokshaja bhakti. That is sadhana bhakti for everyone. That sadhana by which one can attain prema. So sadhana bhakti is also indicated and prema bhakti is also indicated. Savai Pumsan Paro Dharma, the supreme dharma for all beings. What is the dharma? Sadhana bhakti. Yataha, by which bhakti, prema arises. So both sadhana bhakti and prema bhakti are indicated. And what is the nature of the paro dharma? The paro dharma, transcendental dharma, it should be ahetuki apratihata. Ahetuki means which has no other hetu, means which is performed without hetu, without any ulterior motives, and that which is not dependent on any other hetu. It doesn't have another cause. Okay, by doing this I'll get bhakti, by doing this I'll get bhakti. Bhakti manifests on itself. So that parodharma is transcendental because it is not dependent on a person's material condition. Anybody and everybody, even though a great sinner, api chetasi papebhya sarvebhya papakrittamaha sarvam jnanaplavene vrijinam santarishyasi. Krishna says this in the Bhagavad Gita. So even though most sinner, it can be American or Australian, African, anybody, it doesn't matter. Anybody can just take it up directly because it doesn't have any cause. Neither you do it for a particular cause. So, yato bhakti apratihata, that means it is not obstructed. Like a Ganga flows towards the ocean. Even though big obstructions fall, big mountain falls in the course of the river finds its way. So, that bhakti is uninterrupted, that bhakti which is not obstructed by anything. And yatma suprasidati, that bhakti is a thing which actually satisfies the soul. Of course, there is a beautiful verse based on this. Rupa Goswami coins a beautiful verse which talks about pure devotional service. Anya vilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavutam anukulyena shilanam krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. So Rupa Goswami, he talks about this, he speaks this verse based on this particular verse. And also that gives a definition of pure devotional service.
Okay. So the next, very next shloka, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitah Janayatyashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayadai Ahaitukam. By rendering devotional service unto the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires costless knowledge and detachment from the world. So, Prabhu, bhakti seems to be both the process and the result, the abhideya and prayojana.
Yes, bhakti is the process as well as the result. Bhaktya sanjayate bhakti. That is what the previous verse says. Savai pumsan parodharma. What is parodharma? Sadhana bhakti. That leads to what? Yato, from by which it leads to another bhakti. What is that bhakti? That is prema bhakti. Both are bhakti. Bhaktya sanjayate bhakti. Now, sometimes people say, I've been practicing bhakti for so long.
Yes.
Why am I not satisfied? That shows that you are not practicing pure devotional service. If you are practicing pure devotional service, you should be happy. Once somebody approached Srila Prabhupada and he met the secretary of Prabhupada and said, I want to meet Srila Prabhupada. Uh, Secretary went and told Srila Prabhupada that one devotee wants to meet you. So then Srila Prabhupada asked the secretary to find out why he wants to meet me. So then the secretary went and asked, why you want to meet Srila Prabhupada? He got the answer and went to Srila Prabhupada and told, the devotee is suffering. He's not happy. He's dissatisfied. So he has approached you. He wants to meet you. Then Srila Prabhupada told, if he's a devotee, uh, how is he suffering? If he's suffering, how is he a devotee? अगर भक्त है तो दुखी कैसे? अगर दुखी है तो भक्त कैसे? So if somebody is practicing pure devotional service, there is no way that he can be unhappy. There is total satisfaction. Now coming back to this point that Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Prayojitaha Janayatya Svairagyam Jnanam Chadhetukam. So we don't have to try to become a jnani, neither you have to try to become a vairagi. These two things automatically come up. They all spring out of bhakti by default. So the process is to practice pure devotional service. Jnana and vairagya, they automatically manifest in a person. So one need not accept the other process of jnana and vairagya to make his bhakti strong. Just practice the angas of bhakti, jnana and vairagya automatically manifest in their heart. Well,
Okay. So, Prabhu, this yenatma suprasidati, is there anything besides bhakti that can satisfy the soul? Or is this exclusively only bhakti can satisfy the soul?
till now I have not found anything.
Okay.
Neither I found people have found something which can satisfy them.
Yeah.
Neither money, nor woman, nor position, fame. Because everybody in this world, after attaining something, they always want to attain something else.
Right.
What does it mean? They're not satisfied with what they have.
Yes.
A person finds a job, he wants promotion. Once he got promotion, he wants to have his own business. So he just wants something else, wants to go somewhere else. So what does it mean? Nobody is satisfied.
Yeah.
One boy came asked me that he just wanted to give a wedding card. He gave a wedding card. He said, I'm getting married. So then I told, why are you getting married? Then he told me, he was shocked. I told him, I'm getting married. So then I told, have you done some market research? So then, what do you mean by that? When you want to purchase something from the internet and Amazon, you see some ratings, isn't it? You ask a few people, or at least you see the ratings, and then only you purchase a thing.
Yeah.
Then I asked him just, what are you expecting? And I'll be happy. Okay, just find out, do some market research. You ask 100 people who are married and ask, how are they? Are they happy? So it is just an expectation.
Yeah.
That if I get married, I'll be happy. If I get a job, I'll be happy. If I get a house, my own house, I'll be happy. But after getting what you want something else. What does it mean? You're not satisfied with what you got. So what is the thing which is most satisfying? Is Krishna Bhakti.
Yeah. Hope that devotee did not change his mind and did not get married, or maybe at least he married with the right perspective.
He got married with a proper perspective. What is a proper perspective? Have no hope.
Good. People should
more
be careful.
happy.
Yeah. Nice. So, Prabhu, also here it is said, Ashu. That means it's not like I have to get to some stage of bhakti to be happy. I can be happy right now, like even a beginner, just by chanting or doing seva. Anybody, any moment to moment, we can be happy.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so the next verse, the fourth line especially, is often quoted. Dharmasvanushthitah pumsam vishwakshena katasu yaha notpadayed yatiratim shrama eva hi kevalam. The occupational activities a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead. So, Prabhu, the Shrama eva hi kevalam. So that means any duties. Many people say, take up bhakti, but I'm a good person. I'm doing my duty. I'm a good person. But here, Bhagavatam is clearly saying, even if you're doing all your duties, but if it does not increase your attraction for Krishna, then it is simply a waste of labor. So how do we understand this?
So the question is that you are talking on bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. Why don't you add the responsibilities of varna and ashrama within the
Mm.
angas of bhakti? No, they don't belong to the angas of bhakti. Rather, they can act as a support to bhakti.
Okay.
Otherwise, people start thinking, if I'm a good husband, then I'm doing bhakti. If I'm a good wife, I'm doing bhakti. If I'm a good father, I'm bhakti. If I'm a good, I'm in my business. If I'm a Vaishya, I'm doing business. I'm doing bhakti. No, it needs to be that you should be a good wife, you should be a good husband, you should be a good Brahmana, or a Kshatriya, or a Vaishya, or a
Mm-hmm.
Shudra. You should be a good teacher, whatever profession you are. But to think that is bhakti, that is foolishness.
Mm.
Rather, your activities should be designed in such a way that it increases your taste in Krishna Katha. Mhm. You give more time to devotional service.
Mm.
So that is how the activities of Varna and Ashrama are dharma svanishchitaha pumsan vishwakshena katasu yanotpadiyati. The purpose of Varna Ashrama is to increase your taste in hearing and chanting,
Mm-hmm.
increase the time which you dedicate to bhakti.
Mm.
But if it is not in such a way that Varnashrama is
Mm.
no more Varnashrama, it is Vanarashrama.
Mm.
Vanara means monkey, Shrama means
Labor.
useless labor.
Yeah. But how does that work, Prabhu? So, for so many people, the kind of work they are doing in industries, companies, how is writing an email? How is running a meeting? How is completing a project? How is all this writing a programming code? How is all this going to increase their ruchi for Krishna Bhakti?
So that is why you have a spiritual master.
Mm.
One, if you take guidance from a spiritual master, the spiritual master makes sure that your work, not only in the corporate office, in your house, other responsibilities, all dharma,
Mm-hmm.
will be in tune with developing taste for Krishna consciousness. Because Vasudeva Kataruchi, now Vasudeva Kataruchi comes because of Shushrusho Shraddhanasi Vasudeva Kataruchi. Future it comes, in
Mm-hmm.
the, not future, in the future, later it comes.
Mm-hmm.
That is Shushrusho. So your dharma should be used as a service to a Mahat. When you serve great devotees, Srila Prabhupada, then Srila Prabhupada's service, and Krishna sees that you are serving Srila Prabhupada because by your dharma, by you being a good father, good husband, you are serving. By being a good vyapari, you are serving Mahat.
Mm-hmm.
So you're coming to the temple and then engaging your wife, your children, your husband
Mm-hmm.
in serving Krishna, in serving Srila Prabhupada,
Mm-hmm.
serving the devotees.
Mm-hmm.
Then Krishna gives the taste in you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So how do you serve when you are under the guidance of spiritual master? So spiritual master is Vishwakshena. The
Mm-hmm.
original spiritual master in the Gaudiya line is Nityananda Prabhu and Balaram. Of course, both are one and the same. But in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, the original spiritual master is Vishwakshena. Uh, so Vishwakshena Katasuya. The word Vishwakshena has been used. Vishwakshena is the elephant form of Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
Elephant is like a bridge. If you look at far, you find elephant is like a bridge. So the spiritual master bridges your material conditioned nature by which you perform your dharma to your spiritual constitutional nature, that is hearing and relishing Krishna Katha. So it's not going to happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to happen over a period of time. And who is going to guide you? The spiritual master. So Vishwakshena is a spiritual master, and we take shelter of a spiritual master who is very expert in trying to engage your conditioned nature in the aparadharma, which is ultimately leading to the parodharma or anukula towards the parodharma.
Okay. Okay. So, Prabhu, you were talking about Mahat Sevaya, Kripa, and all that. So, Suta Goswami is elaborately going to describe the progression of bhakti. So, in our Bhagavad Gita discussion, I don't remember exactly in which episode, in what context, but you did allude to the 9 stages of bhakti given by Rupa Goswami. But however, here, when I was just studying this chapter, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, It's very similar to what Rupa Goswami is given, but it's slightly different. So I'll just quote that shloka, Prabhu, and if you can please explain to us these 14 stages of bhakti. Satam kripa mahatseva shraddha guru padashrayah bhajaneshu spruha bhaktir anartapagamastatah nishta ruchir atasakti ratif premata darshanam harer madhuryanubhava ityartasyush chaturdashe. So chaturdashe, these 14 step, how is it slightly different from 9 stages of bhakti?
First, let us know what are the 9 stages,
Okay.
which are described in the 5 verses, starting from the 17th verse till the 21st verse. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. These 5 verses are very important verses in the second chapter of Bhagavatam.
Yes.
These 5 verses are the Abhideya process. The process of Abhideya has been described in these 5 verses.
Mm-hmm.
Srila Prabhupada, when he went to America, he saw Boston Harbor and he wrote this one bhajan called Markine Bhagavat. In this bhajan, he mentions these 5 verses, Markine Bhagavat. Why he mentions these verses? Because he was thinking of, I speak Bhagavatam, what will be the effect of Bhagavatam on them? Especially when he saw the skyline of Boston Harbor. He saw many people were in Rajas and Tamas. Then he remembered the only way to reduce their Rajas and Tamas is to make them hear Bhagavatam. So he remembers these verses. Shrinvatam Sukadeva Krishna Punyashravana Kirtana Radantastu Yabhadrani Vidhunoti Surtsatam Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashti Tatarajastamo Bhava Kamala Lobhadesche Chetayidena Vidhasatam Sakte Prasidati Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavad Bhakti Vrataha Bhagavad Tattva Jnana Uttasanga Sujayate Vidyate Hridayantis Chindante Sarasam Shekshente Chasikas Karmani Drishtevatman Ishware. So Rupa Goswami, he says there are 9 stages of bhakti: Ado Shraddha, Sadhusanga, Bhajanakriya, Anartha Nivritti, and Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, and Prema. So Shraddha has been described in the first verse of Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna, that is Shraddha.
Okay.
Punya Shravana Kirtana. So when you go on doing Shravana Kirtana, what is that Shravana Kirtana? That is actually Bhajana Kriya. So in Sadhu Sangha, you go on doing Bhajana Kriya. Then what happens? Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridantasto Abhadrani Vidhunoti Sursatam. So Abhadra means Anartha Nivritti. So here in this particular verse, you have these levels being described. That is Nashtaprayeshu Mudreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashti. Nishta has been described in the 18th verse. So in each verses, different levels are described. If you go to the 19th verse in the second chapter, Tato Rajastamo Bhava Kamaloda Lobhadesche Chetayiti Ranavidam Sitam Sattve Prasidati. What is described in this verse? Ruchi, Asakti, and Bhava are described.
Mm-hmm.
And then Prema is been described. Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavad Bhakti. Prema has been described.
Mm.
But now, what has happened is, somebody may ask a question, where does Shraddha come from? Shraddha comes because of Mahat Seva. Where does Mahat Seva come from?
Kripa.
Where does Mahat Seva come from? Mahat Seva comes from Mahat Kripa. So before these 9 stages, 2 stages are added by Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur. That is Mahat Seva, Mahat Kripa, Mahat Seva. Then Shraddha. Then after Shraddha comes Sadhu Sangha. Seeing the Shraddha, the Sadhu gives initiation, that is Diksha. So when he gives initiation, Diksha, Sadhu, That sadhu also empowers in the heart, spriha, a desire to practice bhakti, and not only desire but also the power to practice bhakti. And the power to practice bhakti is also installed in the heart of the devotee. So after spriha comes bhajana kriya, and after bhajana kriya, when you go on doing bhajana kriya, then comes anartha nivritti, removing all the anarthas from the heart. Anartha nivritti leads to nishtha. Nishtha is a stage where you are practicing bhakti and you're experiencing so much of miseries because of tapatraya, because of your karma, but still you are undisturbed. It's called nishtha. It is not that you're not experiencing the pain, but still you're not disturbed. You don't leave bhakti. Radha bhakti becomes strong. Seeing that sincerity, nishtha, that is his fixed up nature, then comes the next stage, that is nishtha, ruchi. So Krishna gives ruchi at that time, even though a lot of karmic reactions are coming, so many miseries are being experienced, still you don't feel it because you're experiencing the sweetness of bhakti, ruchi. Then comes asakti. That is a stage where you just cannot live without it, live without chanting, live without hearing Bhagavatam. Then comes bhava, then comes prema. After prema, then two more stages are added by Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur. Number one is madhurya darshanam. One is to have the darshan of the sweet form of Krishna. Now, the other one is madhurya anubhavam. Madhurya anubhavam means you experience the sweetness of Krishna. That is called madhurya anubhavam. Harer madhuryanubhava ityartha chaturdashe. And 5 more are added to the 9. 2 before, that is Mahat Kripa, Mahat Seva. After initiation, that is Sadhu Sangha, Spriha, the third one is added. 2 more added, that is Premata Darshanam. That means you see Krishna, have darshan of Krishna, Madhuri Swarup of Krishna. And after having darshan, you experience the sweetness of Krishna. So these 14 stages are experienced by Narada. Narada, he actually tells his own story to Vyasa in the 5th chapter, where he goes through all these stages and explains, I went through all these stages.
So, Prabhu, this Mahat Kripa and Mahat Seva, by doing, so Bhakti is costless. So, however, we are saying by doing Seva, it can attract Kripa. So, how do we understand these two?
Yes. What is causeless? Bhakti becomes causeless because the mercy of the devotee is causeless.
Okay.
Mahat Kripa is causeless. Now, that is why in Narada's son, Narada says the 4 Brahmanas who had come, they were Tulya Darshinaha. They were equi-minded, equiposed. They did not give me mercy because I had good qualities. I was just an ordinary child. They just gave mercy, that's all. And then good qualities manifest.
Okay.
So there are some who give mercy, seeing whether that person is qualified or not. There are some who give mercy without seeing they're qualified or not. So the nature of Mahat is that they just give mercy without seeing whether the person is qualified or not. So because of the ahetuki kripa of the devotees, bhakti becomes ahetuki, costless.
Okay. So, Prabhu, of these 14 stages, according to you, where do you think most of us struggle the most?
Is the moment you say you're struggling, that means you are at the level of nishtha.
Okay.
In spite of all the struggle, you're continuing. That is called nishtha. If you're able to continue bhakti in spite of all the struggle, that means you're placing the priorities to bhakti and the struggles what you're experiencing. So that is very pleasing to Krishna. So our struggle is pleasing to Krishna. So when you understand that my struggle in bhakti is pleasing Krishna, so you look at those struggles and smile at those struggles, that means you are nishtha. And if you get caught up with the struggles, oh Krishna, in spite of all these things I'm struggling, then you are gone. Then you are still in the process of bhajana kriya and anartha nivritti.
Okay.
Actually, bhajana is there throughout. It's not that you do bhajan, then nishta comes. No. Bhajana kriya is always there. The initial bhajana kriya which is mentioned, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, bhajana kriya, the third step. Of course, the fifth step overall, if you consider the 14th one, that is bhajana kriya, that is called anishtita bhajana kriya. Of course, these levels have been very elaborately described in one book called Madhurya Kadambini by Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur himself. And later on, it has been more elaborately described by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Bhajana Rahasya. These are where how the sadhaka goes through different stages. But for sure, Nishtha is the first objective, and that objective can be achieved this very day, this very hour, this very second. You don't have to wait through so many days or months. Nishtha can be achieved immediately. The formula is my struggle, and Krishna is looking at the struggle and smiling at it. So my struggle is bringing a smile on Krishna's face. So I'm happy about it.
Okay. And Prabhu, once we get to Asakti, Ruchi, then it becomes easier, I believe, because you're seeing, you're relishing the taste. But until we get to that stage, how do we keep that enthusiasm? How do we keep that motivation going all through?
See, till the level of Nishtha, your prayasa is more and Krishna's mercy's factor is less.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that this your practice becomes more important. Mercy is always important. But till Nishtha, Krishna sees how much you are endeavoring. Ruchi is not attained by your endeavor. It is awarded by Krishna. So after Nishtha, it is entirely dependent on Krishna to whether to give you taste, how much to give you Ruchi, how much not to give, when to give, when to give, when to take away. All these things in Krishna's hand. So what is in your hand is only till the level of Nishtha. It is not easier tough. Actually, there is nothing tough in bhakti. There is nothing tough.
Okay.
It is the most easiest thing, and the most simplest thing, and the most natural thing. So it is because of a lack of understanding of bhakti, it makes you feel tough. Like simple. There is an examination hall, and about 20 students give the examination. And after the examination got over, and all the students are meeting. One student says, "Oh, very tough," and one student says, "Oh, it's so easy." All in the same class, the same teacher, same question paper. Why one felt it is very tough, and why one felt it is very easy? Because one had a knowledge of the answers to the questions, one did not have it. Simple. One was prepared, one was not prepared. So if you are prepared, then the same question paper becomes easy. If you're not prepared, the same question paper makes you tough.
Beautiful. Okay. So, bro, before our regular Bhagavatam classes in ISKCON, already we discussed one shloka. So the other one is Nashta Prayesh Vabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So this Abhadra anarthas, usually we say what are the anarthas and how to remove by performing bhakti. But what is the source of anarthas? Where are the anarthas coming from?
The source of anartha is Dehatma Buddhi. In the 7th chapter of the Bhagavatam, when Vyasa was told by Narada to you do meditation and you think of Krishna, you develop love for Krishna. Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranite amalaya pashat purusham purnam Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranite amalaya apashat purusham purnam. Then apashat purusham purnam atmanam cha So when Vyasa, he saw Krishna. How did he see? Incomplete. Bhakti Yoga Manasi. So he saw in Prema Bhakti Krishna. Along with Krishna, Srimati Radharani. Along with Radharani, he saw all the gopis. He saw the entire Vrindavan. And behind Krishna, Apashat Purusham Purnam. After seeing Krishna, he saw that Mayam cha tadapashrayam. He also saw Maya. She was behind Krishna. And she was a little bit ashamed to come in front of Krishna. Then Vyasa saw, why is she ashamed? Then he saw, what is she doing? Ya sammohito jiva. Atmanam cha trigunatmakam. Paropi manute. So she has convinced all the jivas, you are this body. Even though you're transcendental to the body, she convinced that you are the body. And that is the original anartha. And Vyasa saw this original anartha. And he saw how to destroy this anartha. Those who are considering themselves to the body. The only way is what? To give bhakti. Anartha upashamanam sakshat bhakti yoga madokshaya. So to give bhakti to Krishna, which is going to destroy the anarthas, the original anartha, which is the source of all the anarthas, he wrote this Bhagavatam. This one anartha, that I am this body, that leads to so many different kinds of anarthas. And this has been described by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Madhuri Kadambani and Bhajan Rahasya, that this one anartha, that I am this body, and having no idea what is the soul, what is the dharma of the soul, that leads to four. That is Asatrishna, Hriday Daurbalya, Aparada. Like that, these things come. Atta Vibrahma. So these four anarthas come from this one anartha. And within these four anarthas, there are another four, there are 16. And the 16 gives rise to so many, all confusions. We just practice Krishna consciousness and with proper goal of pleasing Krishna, then all these anarthas are destroyed.
It's really mind-blowing, Prabhu. All our acharyas are such amazing spiritual scientists. It's like a science, the way you're explaining, okay, first this, then it's 4, another 4 times 4, 16. It's a great science, actually, Bhakti is.
Yes.
So, moving on to the next, I'm going to jump. We don't have the time to go through all the shlokas, so I'm going to jump to the 23rd verse. Sattvam rajastama iti prakritir gunastair yukta parah purusha eka ihasya dhatte stityadaye harivirinchi hareti samnyaha shreyamsi tatra kalu sattvatanonrunam syuhu. The transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the 3 modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the 3 qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these 3, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. Seems a little difficult to understand this. Looks like Suta Goswami is describing the Gunavataras. So could you please help us understand this better, Prabhu?
Sattvam rajastameti prakritir gunastir yuktaha paramapurusha ekayasya datte. So even though paramapurusha is one, what he does for the purpose of 3 things, sthiti, srishti, sthiti, pralaya, he takes 3 forms. What are the 3 forms which he says? Which he takes? He takes the form of Vishnu for maintenance. He takes the form of Brahma for creation. And he takes the form of Vishnu for destruction. So now these 3 forms Krishna has taken. And why is it taken? For creation, maintenance, and destruction. For creation, you require Rajaguna, Rajas. And you require Sattva for maintenance. And for Tamoguna, you require destruction. Now may say, okay, all 3 forms are same because all 3 forms are Krishna's. But still, no, Shreyamsi Tatrakalu Sattvatanonam Syu. But among the 3 Shreyamsi, The superior form is Vishnu, because Vishnu is Sattvatanoho. He is having transcendental goodness,
Okay.
which is not mixed with neither passion and ignorance. That is called Shuddha Sattva. Whereas Brahma and Lord Shiva, they are mixed with the modes of nature, uh, highly in goodness.
Hmm.
You may say, "Arey, you just told Lord Shiva is destroyer and is in charge of passion." Yes, he's in charge of passion, but he's highly in goodness, with a small mixture of passion and ignorance. Brahma, you may say, you said, oh, he's a creator, so he's in charge of, yes, he's in charge of passion, but he's not in passion.
Mhm.
He is mixed with the modes of passion and ignorance also within good, but highly in goodness. But whereas Lord Krishna in the form Vishnu, he is not even having a trace of ignorance, not even having a trace of passion, and is full pure goodness.
Okay.
It is Shuddha Sattva. That is Vaishreyam. See, the best result is achieved by worshipping Vishnu, who has a body of Shuddha Sattva.
Hmm. Okay. So although Vishnu is one of the Gunavataras, but he's not same as Brahma and Shiva.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Prabhu. So Prabhu, towards the fag end here, Suta Goswami is also hinting at Purusha Avataras. So if you can kindly tell us a little bit about what are the Purusha Avataras.
So Sutta Goswami, he ends this particular section. He says that a person who is interested in his own benefit, he is
Mm.
supposed to worship Krishna only.
Okay.
He gives up all kinds of worship. Mumukshavo Ghorupan Bhut Hitva Bhutapatinatha. All the Ghorupas, Mumukshavaha, those who are interested in self-realization, they give the worship of Ghorupas. Narayana Lakshanta Bhajanti Arasuyavaha. We say, oh, Hitva, he is giving up all demigod worship. So he must be having some problem with the demigods. No, he doesn't worship the demigods. That doesn't mean he hates the demigods. He's
Mm.
anasuyavaha. He has no question of any asuya in his heart.
Mhm.
So there are some people who are only interested in worshipping the demigods because of their rajastamaha prakritya, because of their nature being completely overcome by rajas, passion, and ignorance. That is why Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramakha, Vasudeva Parayoga, Vasudeva Parakriya, Vasudeva Param Jnanam, Vasudeva Parantapaha, Vasudeva Paro Dharma, Vasudeva Paragatihi. So, it's a very beautiful verse to memorize.
Yes.
Now, somebody may ask about Vishnu. I want to know some more about Vishnu. So he says, yes, in the beginning of the creation, sa evedam sasajjagre bhagavan atmamaya sadasrupaya chaso gunamayo aguno vibhuhu. So for the purpose of creation, the Lord takes three forms of Vishnu. Karanodaksh Vishnu, Garvodaksh Vishnu, and Kshira Udaka Shai Vishnu. They are described more elaborately in the first five verses of the third chapter of Bhagavatam,
Okay.
where uh, uh, third chapter, where five verses talks about three Vishnus.
Mhm.
First is Karanodaksh Vishnu, where Jagriye Paurusham Rupam Mahadadibihi, he creates the elements, the Shodasha, 16 categories of elements, which are actually 24 in number. He creates them.
Mhm.
Then, after creating all these elements from his sweatpurse, Brahmandas are coming. And Mahavishnu enters into each and every Brahmanda as a Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu. That is why second verse talks about Yasyambhasi Shayamana Yoga Nidram Vikanvataha Nabhi Hradam Bujasid Brahma Vishwasujampatihi. From the Nabi of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and lotus flower comes and Brahma is created. Now, after this, what happens? This Vishnu, after Brahma creates the 14 planetary systems, he enters into each and every atom. Each and every atom he enters into. as Kshira Udaka Shai Vishnu. So that is how these 5 verses talks about the 3 Vishnus.
Okay. So, Prabhu, you said Kshirodakshai Vishnu enters into each and every atom. So, Krishna is there as Paramatma in only living beings or non-living beings? Is he there in stone, sand, everywhere?
Yes, each and every atom, he is there in everybody's heart as Paramatma. When he becomes the Atma, for Atma is called Paramatma. And he enters into every atom also as Paramatma, but he is not addressed as Paramatma, he is addressed as Brahman. So Atma for Atma is Paramatma. Atma for matter is Brahman. So in this way, every particle or every object in this world has a particular quality. Iron has a particular quality. Wood has a particular quality. Where is this quality coming from? It is coming from Paramatma, and whose address is Brahman, and is there in every atom of the.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, Prabhu, we've addressed question number 1. What is the absolute and ultimate good for people in general to inquire about Sri Krishna? Explain the essence of all scriptures for the good of all living beings. So, that is Bhakti, Ahaituki Apratihata Bhakti. Then, 4th question, Purushavatas and Gunavataras, you just now very nicely explained. And question 3, why did the Lord appear in the womb of Devaki as the son of Vasudeva? So, for the benefit of the audience, we are referring to shloka number 34, chapter 2. That's the last shloka of chapter 2. Bhavayatyesha.
Bhave,
Yeah, yes, Prabhu, go ahead.
yeah. I thought you finished the question. Please
No, go ahead, Prabhu. It's okay, you can tell.
read those.
भावयत्येष सत्त्वेन लोकान् वैलोकभावनः लीलावतारानुरतो देवतिर्यन्नरादिषु. Thus, the Lord of the universes maintains all planets inhabited by demigods, men, and lower animals. Assuming the roles of incarnations, he performs pastimes to reclaim those in the mode of pure goodness. So, if you can elaborate on this, Prabhu.
So Bhavayatyesha Satvena Lokanvai Lokabhavanaha Leelavatarato Devatiryanadadishu. Krishna appears in different forms. And the purpose of he appearing in different forms and he himself coming is Lokanvai Lokabhavanaha. Lokabhavanaha. So somebody may say, oh, he's a creator of the world. Yes, he creates the world, and also he does activities within this world so that people develop bhavana towards him. People develop attraction towards him. So, a simple example, Krishna is also here, and you are also here. I am also here. We are all here. The difference is Krishna came down and we have fallen down.
Okay.
You may find there are 2 people in the well. One fell in the well, other he climbed down the well. He descended to the well. Why? To bring you out of the well. So Krishna, he comes to this world, he appears in this world to reclaim us.
Fantastic. So, bro, moving on to question number 5. Narrate the transcendental pastimes of the Lord's multi-incarnations, Leelavataras. So, here in this connection, looks like in chapter 3, Suta Goswami gives an exhaustive list of so many different avatars. The Kumaras, Devarshi Narada, Naranarayana, Kapila, Dattatreya, Yajna, King Rishabha, King Prutu, Matsya, Kurma, Dhanvantri, Mohini Murti, Narsimha, Vamana, Bhrugupati, Vyasadeva, Rama, Balarama, Buddha, Kalki, and he included Krishna also.
Yeah. So he goes on giving the list of 22, starting from Narada, and second he came in as boar incarnation.
Yeah.
So when he went on counting, he realized that I have done 2 mistakes. One is counting itself is a mistake because Avataraya Sankhe. Like you have a pond, from the pond you can take so many streams of water. In the same way, Krishna, from whom unlimited incarnations come, and counting this unlimited is foolishness. But at the same time, he thought there is another mistake which I have done. Other mistake is that I have counted Krishna in the list of incarnations. Whereas Krishna is not an incarnation, but is an incarnator. So that is why I want to rectify my mistake.
Okay.
So then he rectifies the mistakes by saying, all the list in which all the list in which the names are mentioned, Teja, they are all Amsha and Kala of Krishna. They are either the expansion of Krishna or the expansion of Krishna. Whereas Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, Krishna himself is Bhagavan. The others are all expansions of Krishna. And he takes different forms. Indriya Vyakulam Lokam Ridanti Yuge Yuge. When Indra Ari means those who are enemies of Indra, demons.
Okay.
When they create havoc in this world, Krishna, he comes in different forms, either in his expansion or the expansion of expansions, that is Amsha and Kala, whereas Krishna himself is Bhagavan. So it's very difficult for people, especially people from South India, to accept that Krishna comes as Rama, Krishna comes as Narasimha, Krishna comes as Vamana and all. Because they've been hearing that Vishnu comes as this thing. But the famous Dashavatara Stotra clearly says, Keshavadrita Dashavidarupa. In Dashavatara's list, Krishna's name is not there. Jayadeva Goswami has not mentioned Krishna as one of the incarnations.
Right.
Rather, he said, Shruno Sukadam Shubhadam Bhavasaram Jayadeva Kavedidam Uditam Udaram Shruno Sukadam Shubhadam Bhavasaram Keshavadrita Dashavida Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Dashavida Keshava Krishna, only person has the name Keshava. So this ends the story and argument on who is incarnator and who is incarnation. Krishna is not an incarnation. He is incarnator. He is avatari. He is not avatar.
Okay. So, Prabhu, in your a different class of yours, I've heard you say this shloka is the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, what is this Paribhasha Sutra?
The very name indicates a sutra means a formula based on which you expand. The formula can solve all the problems. You have 100 problems, you have a formula, it solves all the problems. And you can define every verse by this sutra, by this words. So all the 17,999 verses of Bhagavatam has to be understood based on this verse. So this verse becomes the basis of the entire Bhagavatam. The defining paribhasha means defines all the other verses.
So does every scripture have a Paribhasha Sutra of its own?
Definitely, every scripture has a Paribhasha Sutra. Then only the scripture has some basis. Like you have Brahma Samhita, the Paribhasha Sutra for Brahma Samhita is Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. And the Paribhasha Sutra chapter of the entire 100 chapters of Brahma Samhita, the 5th chapter, like that.
Okay. So, Prabhu, moving on to the 43rd verse of chapter number 3, Canto 1. So, the last question, 6th question asked by the sages was, just let me read exactly what they said. Whom the religious principles have taken shelter after Lord's departure. Now, Suta Goswami is answering that in this beautiful shloka. Krishne swadhamopagate dharma jnanadibhi saha kalau nashtadrishamesha puranarko dhunoditah. This Bhagavata Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. So, what do you have to say, Srimad Bhagavatam, as the literary incarnation?
There's nothing to say. Already everything is being said in this verse. Sri Krishna Parivartita. Krishna came back. Krishna Chandra went, and same Krishna thought, I have been Chandra for so many days or so many years for people. So I'll become sun now. Because in Kali Yuga, people are so impious that I have to give light also, I have to burn their sins also. So for that, he came in the form of Surya. Krishna came in the form of Bhagavatarka. Krishna, when he went to his abode, the 6th question asked, when they said that Dharmaha kam sharanam gata. Swam kashtam adunopete dharmaha kam sharanam gata. When Krishna went to his abode, whom did Dharma take shelter of? Dharma took shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Swadhama. He departed to whom? Swadhama, to his abode Dwaraka. And after that, what happened? There was Apashyatam. They were all Apashyatam. They were not able to see what is right, what is wrong. To show them, deliver them from all kinds of darkness. Then Krishna appeared as Bhagavat Arka. Apashyatascharanambujam Prabho Drishti Pranashtatasmai Pravishtaha Disho न जाने न लभे च सत्शान्तिं यथा निशायां रूपे pranaste. So when the moon becomes Lupta, then the same thing is shown by sun. The light is shown by the sun. So Krishna came as Bhagavatam, Bhagavatarka.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Prabhu. It's kind of a little technical, the 6 questions and where all we can glean those 6 answers, but very nicely you have helped us understand. So, Prabhu, I was so impressed. I really loved how Suta Goswami did the Mangalacharan for Sukadeva Goswami. So, I'm really eager to hear the glorification of some other sages also, but you don't have the luxury of taking the time and composing verses and writing about them. But in our Brahmastra section, if you could, I'll go on giving some names of some sages, great sages from our Vedic scriptures. So, if you can, in a line or two, whatever comes to your heart, if you can wholeheartedly glorify them, it will be very nice. So the first sage, Vasishta Muni.
He gave us Vyasa. He gave us Sukadeva Goswami. Because they all belong to his Gotra. Vyasam Ashittanaptaram Shakte Potravakarmasham Parasharatpajam Mande Sukadatum Tamon. He gave the entire world Vishwamitra. He converted that cruel Kaushika into a Vishwamitra just by his patience, his tolerance. He showed what a Brahmana means. Yeah.
Extremely interesting. Wow. So we'll cover a few more Sapta Rishis also. So after Vasishta, Vishwamitra Muni.
Vishwamitra, he is the only sage who can have this name called Vishwamitra. No other child can be named Vishwamitra, because if you do the Sandhi Vicheda, Vishwamitra means Vishwa plus Amitra.
Oh.
Yes. When it comes to Rishi, the Sandhi Vicheda of Vishwamitra will be Vishwa plus Mitra.
Right.
So the person who got the Rishi would even, he became an exception considering Sanskrit grammar. Vishwamitra, if you go and ask anyone, it is Vishwa plus Amitra. Even ABC, basic Sanskrit, somebody has understanding. So, have you ever seen anybody else being named as Vishwamitra? No. Everybody is named, somebody is named as Vashishta, but nobody is named as Vishwamitra. So, the Sanskrit grammar gives an exception. That Vishwamitra has to be divided, the word has to be Sandhi Vicheda, should be Vishwa plus Amitra. An exception is only when you are addressing the sage Vishwamitra.
Amazing. Okay. Atri Rishi?
Atra means one who is beyond the 3 modes of nature. And one who is beyond the 3 modes of nature, then you get a wife like Anasuya who is not envious. So, one person told me, only my wife is so envious. He always criticizes her woman. And then I told you, become Atri, then you'll get Anasuya. So you don't want to become Atri. You are completely drawn in modes of nature, and you want your wife to be Anasuya. How is it possible? So one who blessed Lord Ram in the last chapter of Karna, Atri. one who gave birth to Dattatreya,
That's it. Mm.
wife like Anasuya.
Mm. Jai. Bhrugumuni.
Bhrugu Muni, Lakshmi took birth as a daughter of Bhrugu, Bhargavi, and whole Brahminical culture is actually from him.
Mm.
And it is he who had the audacity to go and kick on the chest of Mahavishnu.
Yes.
Uh,
Mhm.
and then show to the entire world Krishna is God.
Wow. Wow. Gautama Rishi.
Gautama, he wrote Nyaya Sutras, such a atheistic composition, and Krishna used him for presenting these Nyaya Sutras. At the same time, he is Gautama, one who removes ignorance, tama, from by his light. Gau means actually light.
Mm.
So he got the blessings of Lord Ram. Lord Ram, when he was walking with Vishwamitra was taking Lord Ram to Mithila. Then Vishwamitra forgot to take Lord Ramachandra to Gautama Ashrama.
Mm.
Then Lord Ram reminds him, hey, Kimidam Nirjanam Manam, hey, what is this? This Vanam, which is nobody's. Oh, Vishwamitra says, oh, you reminded me, I had to take you there because you had to deliver Halya and bless Gautama.
Mm. Nice. Next, Jamadagni Muni.
Oh, Jamadagni, I am sitting in Jaunpur.
Yeah.
There's a temple of Jamadagni here, and he did tapasya here. So he gave Vishwamitra, he gave Parashuram to all of us. Parashuram's father. So Parashuram is known as Jamadagni, Jamadagni Rama, who had the power to bring back the dead wife back to life. So Jamadagni told Parashuram, kill your mother. He's killed. Then he told, oh, you're very satisfied me very much. What benediction you want? You bring my mother back to life. So he could do that. Such a powerful sage.
Yes. What is the actual name of Jaunpur? You said it in yesterday's class, but I missed it.
Jamadagni Puram.
Okay.
That becomes Jaunpur.
Okay. Kashyapa Muni.
Kashyapa. He is glorified in Srimad Bhagavatam. He is a source of all good and evil. And showed to the entire world that hey, Diti and Aditi. Aditi is fine, but be careful, Diti. And this Kashyapa is so powerful. He's such a great sage that he's a Prajapati. And then he's so neutral in spite of having all kinds of people around him. The great sage of Kashyapa.
Very nice. So that covers our Sapta Rishis. I'll give you a few more other than that. Maitreya Rishi.
Maitreya. Maitreya. Mitra. Born from Mitra is known as Maitreya. He had the fortune of hearing from Krishna, the Bhagavatam. Krishna's last pravachan was to Maitreya. And he spoke Bhagavatam to Vidura. And the longest conversation in Bhagavatam is between Vidura and Maitreya. And Maitreya is a speaker. So if you see the entire Bhagavatam, apart from Sukadeva Goswami Parikshit Samvad, Maitreya has the greatest contribution in the Bhagavatam.
Okay. Bharadwaja Rishi.
Of course, there are many Bharadwaja. We are referring to which Bharadwaja we don't know. There is one Bharadwaja. Ramayana, son, Sishya of Valmiki. Valmiki's Sishya is Bharadwaja Rishi. It was he who noted down the entire Ramayana when Valmiki was just speaking.
Mm.
He just speaking, went on speaking. He noted down Ramayana.
Mm. Okay. The infamous Rishi, Durvasa Muni.
He is very unique. The more angry he becomes, the more tapashakti increases.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Amsha of Lord Shiva.
Mm.
And yeah, the greatest fortune of blessing Srimati Radharani
Mm.
so that she gets an opportunity to feed Krishna,
Mm.
and Krishna gets the opportunity to eat food cooked by
Mm.
Srimati Radharani.
Mm.
He's everywhere. Wherever you go, Durvasa is there. Otherwise, it is like he has spice in Krishna Lila. There are two spice,
Mm.
spices, not the spy.
Oh,
One is Durvasa, other is Narada. Without them, Krishna's pastimes are fika
yes,
or
bland.
tasteless.
Very nicely put. Markandeya Rishi.
Markandeya. That is how Bhagavatam ends with his prayers. The last prayers in Bhagavatam is Markandeya.
Mm.
And he was a devotee of Lord Shiva.
Mm.
Then Lord Shiva told that if you want real moksha, I can only give you deathlessness.
Mm.
But if you want really to get out of the cycle of birth and death,
Mm.
then you have to worship Lord Krishna. That is how Markandeya worships Krishna. And still he wanted to see what is Maya. Then Krishna showed him Maya, then told enough,
Mm.
not anymore. So this Markandeya's pastime and his prayers are the Purnahuti of Bhagavatam.
Mm. Last one, Prabhu. Valmiki Rishi.
Valmiki Rishi.
Mm.
Oh, Valmiki Rishi. Valmiki Nrisimhasya Kavitavanacharinah. Shunvam Ramakathanadam Konayanti Param Gatim. So Valmiki Nrisimhasya. And then Kujantam Ramarameti Maduram Maduraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Two pranam mantras of Valmiki. In one pranam mantra, Valmiki has been described as Kokila. Koil means
Cuckoo.
cuckoo.
Mm.
And other Simha, like he is roaring. How can he be compared to lion and Koil? Because he wrote Ramayana, in which Ramayana is like a beautiful, melodious song of the Koil, of the cuckoo. But inside there is the Vedic Garjana
Mm.
of the lion. So he had the skill of presenting Veda in the form of a Koil. So, and his guru is Narada.
Mm. Wonderful, 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 Prabhu. Thank you so much. Prabhu, you have such vast knowledge and deep understanding. I humbly pray unto Krishna and Prabhupada, you should go on speaking like this, and we should all have the great fortune to go on listening to you like this. So may you continue to enlighten and empower all of us like this, Prabhu. Thank you so much. It's really such a joy, such a pleasure. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So looks like you're going to be very, very busy for the next week, and that is because. So what you can do is between now and the next episode, please go through the first 3 chapters of Bhagavatam because we've not had the luxury of going it in great detail, but at least you can read, and then you can also memorize the Paribhasha Sutra. So that particular shloka, and also Prabhu said it will be nice if we can memorize chapter 2, shlokas 28 and 29, Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramakaha, those 2 shlokas you can memorize. And also, it will be very nice if you can take some good notes and list all the 6 questions given by the sages and the 6 answers given by Suta Goswami. You can revisit and watch these videos again and again to help you with that. And also, what you can do is if you're watching this, but you're not already part of our WhatsApp group, please join. The link is there in the description. That is because after every episode, I give a few days time and then we are running a quiz based on the episode. So it's a really fun way as a group to test how much you have really understood. And if you don't know something, the answers are also posted after a day. So that way you can go back and revisit and check your wrong answers as well. So that way it's going to be very engaging. It's not passively just listening, but actively taking part in this learning of Srimad Bhagavatam. So thank you very much. I know you're going to be very busy for the next week. We will catch you in the next episode. The conversation is not going to end here because the sages are going to come up with another set of 4 important questions. So, what are those questions? We will find out in the next episode. Until then, as always, stay inquisitive and stay Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you very much.